This video is an update of what's been going on in the past couple of months. I haven't been uploading videos, and that's because in April, May, I was finishing my studies. I was working at the local theatre, making props for the play that's going to be shown in July. And although I wasn't like dead tired, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, it was still a bit of an effort. So I just wasn't up to making videos. And I graduated on 27th of May. So I am now officially a dressmaker. Not sure what I'm going to do with that training, but we'll see. And for June, I'm on a summer vacation now. I've been studying for 1.5 years, so I decided that I deserve summer vacation. So I won't be uploading many videos, hopefully something. And then from July onwards, everything is kind of open right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Probably going back to translating or something related to that field. But as you can see, I am not at home. I decided to take a little walk. It's now, I think it's Thursday, 16th of June, and about 6 a.m. and I am at a bog. I like coming here early in the morning because there are no other people around and weather isn't too hot. There are mosquitoes in the more forest parts of the path, but where I am right now, this is an open area. It's a bit windy, so no mosquitoes. This is actually quite a pleasant place to just sit and listen to the birds singing. And if you can hear traffic on the background, it's because there's a big road going right in the middle of this bog. So no matter where you are at this bog, you can hear the traffic, but I don't mind. So the weather is nice, it's cloudy, it's not going to get too hot. The plan is, well, I'll show something to you to explain the plan. So that's where I came from. This is the river, 2.6 kilometers. So I walked all the way here along this plank path. These are wooden planks, but the beginning of the path is actually, I think those are made of some recycled plastic. They are different kind of planks, but fairly similar. They are more flexible. These are stiffer, these wooden planks. And here is a information board, some history of this place. And the place I'm going is the upper part, Bird Tower, 1.4 kilometers. So hopefully I'll get there. My left knee isn't quite agreeing with me, but I've got all day, so I'll just walk slower if it gets too bad. Like I said, this is a bog, so you can see stuff like this. The planks, well, they're usually above the water, but in some places earlier there were sort of water coming from between the planks, so that was a bit concerning, but my feet are still dry, so no problems, at least so far. So I'm close to the bird tower now. It's that one there. And once I get there, I'm going to climb up there and have some breakfast. Haven't had that yet. So here are the stairs. The first bit isn't too bad, but then going up, I really don't like these stairs. They are too steep and a bit scary, so I'll just have to put the camera in my backpack, so I'll have both hands to make sure it's safe to climb up. Okay, I got safely up here, and as you can see, since this is a bog, the landscape is really flat. And there's another way to come here. That's a shorter one. I could cycle to the starting point of that path, so then I would only need to walk a couple of kilometers. That's one option if my knee is too bad and I don't want to walk all the 4 kilometers I walked today. That's the direction I came from. And no other people here. A bit too windy. It's not a warm weather, but not too cold. And birds everywhere. You can hear them, but I haven't really seen many. Just some seagulls. No, gulls, not seagulls. Different kind of gulls and probably a lapwing. This is breakfast. Some rosehip tea, cashews and dried cranberries, and a homemade muffin. It's the easiest combination to take with me. I almost forgot. I'm going to show you something interesting there in the horizon. This is the church bell tower. It's the most easy to recognize landmark here. It's in the center. It's the Lakeuden Risti. I think it's the cross of the plains in English. And basically anywhere a few kilometers around the center, you only need to find an open place big enough, and you can find that, and you immediately know where you are in relation to the center of the town. And this is what the stairs look seen from the top, and they are really uncomfortable. I'm going to need to go down backwards just because they are so steep. I don't like this. I'm still able to climb up here, but I suspect that's gonna change within the next few years, unfortunately. Okay, I got down safely. It's slow and steady. That's always the best option, especially when you're by yourself like I am. Of course, I always have my mobile phone with me, and before I leave home I make sure the battery is fully charged. And as this isn't too far from the center and it's a very open area, there should be quite a good reception, so that always makes me feel safer to know that if I need I can get help. It would probably take a bit of time because, well, the only way to get here is to walk. Although I have seen a video of a guy who actually cycled on these planks, and that was really scary looking. But well, when you're young and fit and in control of your bicycle, total control, it's probably also much fun. So here's one of the info tables, and here you can see what kind of animals you can find here, and this is especially interesting. It's a raft spider, and I have actually managed to see one of these. It wasn't here, it was by the river, and it's been some time. I don't remember how many years, but a couple of years ago I mentioned that photo and said a couple of years ago, and then found out that it was well, more than a couple, something like 4 or 5 years before, so it's now 6 or 7. I need to see if I can find that photo, because it's, if you have arachnophobia, that picture is the worst. Of course, I really like it. It's the best nature photo I have ever taken. So now I'm back to the place where I started this video, and I basically have two choices. I came from there. I could go this way, but this route goes through the forest, and forest means less wind, more mosquitoes, so I suppose I'll be going the same way back. And although the wind means less mosquitoes, it also makes the weather a bit colder than I was expecting. These flowers are everywhere in the bog, and at least in Canada this is called Labrador tea, but I'm not sure if it's the same plant here. There's usually sort of, you have the European variant and then the North American variant, and they are sort of similar but not quite the same. I'm not sure what's the case with this one. And here are some more animals, and I think that one on the right, that's the bird I saw. It wasn't a lapwing, it was one of those. And here are some of the older info boards. And the cranes, it's already too late in the summer to hear them. It's usually in May, beginning of June, that you can hear them and occasionally see, but they tend to stay too far away from the plank path to really see them. One thing about a bog is that all the trees are so small. These are like 3-4 meters at the maximum, and I'm sure some of these are fairly old, so that it's not like they're young trees. They just don't grow to become big trees. They're just small, and there aren't that many of them. There's plenty of space in between. Another crossroads, and that is the route going through the forest. So if I had taken that, I would be coming from there. And that's the path to the river. And as you can see here, the wooden planks stop and the plastic ones start. Going all the way there, and I think this was recycled plastic, something like that. And the surface is fairly rough, but it's still a bit slippery when it's wet. So even though it's sort of lasts longer than the wooden planks, it's probably not better. Better for maintenance, worse for users, I'd say. Here is another info board, picture of the bog, and here is a short English description of what type of a bog it is. And it is Labrador tea. I didn't remember. I have seen this before. I didn't remember. So it's marsh Labrador tea, Suopursu. And the middle text is in Swedish. As always, we have two official languages, Finnish and Swedish. So basically, most information is provided in both languages. The narrow part of the plank path ends here. The first 700 meters of the route is wheelchair accessible, and in that direction, I can't see it from here, but there's a bird watching platform, so you can go there even if you're using a wheelchair, which is really nice, except that doesn't look wheelchair accessible. This is in serious need of maintenance. So that's the platform there. Not very accessible at the moment, which is a pity. Hopefully they'll fix it. And this is how you usually see a Labrador tea. There's a lot of it. Lot of it in one place. And really this should be smelling quite strongly, but I think my nose is too stuffy to smell anything, even if there is a smell. And this is where the route ends. Here are the distances, and here is the road. My bicycle is there at the other side, so I have to not go on the road, but go under the bridge. And at this time of the year it's already dry enough. The water level is around normal, I think, so it's easy to walk here. Not too much mud, but as you can see, this isn't sort of maintained. This is just people walk here, and so that keeps the path open. And here is my bicycle where I left it, and I'm going to go that way. I can cycle it. It's narrow and almost overgrown, but still usable. So that's where I came from, through the forest, and then that's where I came from when I was going to the bog. and here is a gravel road. It goes between the fields and the levee, and I could go that way. I can go home using that road, but as it's gravel road, it's not the most pleasant to cycle, so I'm probably going back that way. And then there's also this, but this is, I'm not quite sure why this road is here, because, well, maybe it continues on the other side, because that's a big road there, and there are no separate lanes for bicycles and pedestrians, so I'm not going to go that way. So that way it's a gravel road for a bit, and then it changes into paved road, and that's much nicer to cycle.